If you want a work permit to work in Canada, then this is the video you must be watching, because we are discussing the Canadian work permits, the very famous work permits. Yes, you must have heard a lot of stuff about work permit, how people are selling work permits and how you can apply. Please view this video till the end, because a lot of information is shared and I'm going to give you a lot of clarity on how work permits for Canadian immigration are under the purview of Canadian immigration work, and how you can get one if you are interested. So guys, welcome back once again. My name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and I practice here inside Ontario. I'm in Canada, and if you want to get in touch with me, my number is on the screen right now and in the description box. You can feel free to schedule an appointment with us and we will be happy to answer your questions. Guys, if you are watching this video for the first time and if you are on this channel for the first time, then you can please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, because we talk a lot about Canadian immigration on a lot of program and delivery related updates. And if you are an aspirant to come to Canada under its immigration policies, then this is the channel that you must be tuned to all the time. Guys, let's just quickly get on with the topic of the day, which is a very important one, because I get a ton of queries every day regarding work permits, that people are interested in working in Canada but have no clue as to how to apply for a work permit, or how to get, whether they're even eligible to get a work permit. And unfortunately, a lot of scams and frauds are outgoing in a lot of countries, and I get a lot of calls from India and Malaysia, Mauritius, and everywhere, where people have been unfortunately victims of scam. They've been getting fraudulent job offers. So I decided to make a video just to give you a brief idea on how work permits are applicable, how do you get one, what are the scenarios, and whether you can be eligible to apply for one also, right? So guys, just to start with the work permits, there are two situations. One can be you are doing a work that is either exempt from requiring a work permit, or you need a work permit. Okay, so let's say PR is still far, you are not coming here on in Canada on a study permit, but you only want to come and work in Canada, right? So how it really works is, let's say you are working in a religious field. If you're a religious leader, or if you're an athlete or a coach, or if you are a judge or a public speaker, or there's a long list of professions. If you are working in those fields, on those in those particular lines or professions, then there can be a chance that you might be exempt from requiring a work permit, which means you can travel to Canada and work under those exemptions, and you don't need a work permit. You can just come here, work, and then make your way back home. But those are very few professions, not all of them, and very few conditions. A lot of conditions on those few professions. For example, if you're coming here only to check a paper, or and as an invigilator maybe, or maybe like a religious leader, like I said, those are certain conditions and certain very few job roles or professions which are exempt from requiring a work permit. But most of the jobs and the professions that somebody might be under require a work permit if you want to work in Canada. Okay, now if you need a work permit, there can be two situations. One is either you can get an open work permit or a closed work permit. Okay, then these are the only things. Let's say open and close. Now we'll discuss quickly open work permit and put it on side, because closed work permit is the one where a lot of scams happen and a lot of information is required. So we'll first discuss the open work permit. Now guys, getting an open work permit means you're open to working in any profession for any employer. Okay, there is just a time limit of the work permit. So let's say for 2 years you have an open work permit. You can work for any employer in Canada, any province, any location. And if there are any restrictions, let's say if there is a restriction on the type of job you can do, for example healthcare, or let's say if there is a restriction that you can only work in Yukon. So an open work permit might have certain conditions, but generally it's open. Okay, and you simply cannot apply for an open work permit. It is not that I am sitting in India and I just want to apply for an open work permit. No, that cannot happen, because to apply for a work permit there has to be a certain situation For example, you've been an international student in Canada, or you're a destitute student, or let's say you've been abused, you're a vulnerable worker, or you have already applied for a PR and then you are waiting. There is a bridging open work permit maybe. Then you are the spouse of a student or a temporary foreign worker who's a skilled worker in Canada, or maybe you're a TRP holder. So let's say if these sort of situations and a couple of more apply to you, only then you can apply for an open work permit. Otherwise, you would mostly need to go for a closed work permit. Now we are gonna discuss the closed work permits, right? So for applying, in order to apply for a closed work permit, there is something known as an LMIA that comes into picture. Okay, now the ESDC comes into picture, the department comes into picture, and the department is responsible to issue an LMIA report. Okay, now LMIA basically means a labor market impact assessment. Okay, this report tells IRCC that in order to give this particular job to a foreign national, for example, you approach XYZ Limited in Canada and you tell them that, hey, I'm interested in working, and they like you and they want to hire you, right? Now they cannot simply hire you, they need to get an LMIA assessment report, the LMIA report in your favor. Okay, so they apply to ESDC to get an LMIA report. So basically a labor market impact assessment report tells you whether this job, if it's offered to you, it does not negatively affect the jobs of other Canadian permanent residents and citizens. Okay, so once the company is able to get a positive LMIA in your favor, they give you that LMIA and you use that LMIA to apply for a work permit. Okay, so this is in layman language can be understood as the company sponsoring the foreign national. Unfortunately, the LMIA or getting this work permit and applying for this work permit and getting a job offer is sort of negatively used by a lot of fraudsters and scammers and agents across the globe. What they do is they sell these job offers to a lot of innocent people, innocent foreign nationals, and tell them that, hey, we will get you a job offer, and you can pay us sometimes 500 rupees, 5 lakh rupees, 25, whatever amount that they think. And the foreign national thinks that he or she is paying a fees to that agent to get him a job, right? Actually, under the purview of IRCC, this arrangement is illegal, unauthorized. Okay, so technically or legally, you are not allowed. So you, as an applicant or a job aspirant, you cannot pay to get a job. So nobody should should be taking money from you to give you a job. Okay, so if this whole arrangement is unauthorized, so you just need to be clear of all of these couple of details, that you should not be paying to get a job. Otherwise everything is okay. As long as you get a job genuinely, you're okay. Now this is where the LMIA comes into picture. Okay, now there are a couple of situations and a couple of companies which offer jobs that are LMIA exempt. Okay, now for example, we know that in India a lot of youngsters are working in IT field. Okay, so let's say you're working in a company like TCS, Infosys, maybe L&T or something, where the company sends you for a project in Canada to service a client in Canada. In that particular situation, the company has obtained an LMIA exemption under ICT, intra-company transfer. Okay, so there are certain categories, I will not get into the detail, but there are certain categories where the company can get that LMIA exemption based work permit for you. So you can think of doing that. But yes guys, overall this is the sort of broad classification and the broad categories that you are looking at. So you can either be working in a profession that is work permit exempt or requires a work permit. Now if it requires a work permit, you need to see whether you need an open work permit, whether you are eligible for an open work permit, or you need a closed work permit. Okay, so guys, I hope you at least got a broader picture of how work permits are sort of looked at under Canadian immigration, and how you can apply for one to see whether you're eligible or you are in a situation where you can apply for one. Guys, I hope the video was helpful. Once again, My information is in the description box below and on the screen right now. If you have any further questions, please feel free to schedule an appointment with us. We will be more than happy to answer all your questions, and we wish you luck in your job search. Look for a job offer, search for a job offer, and once you do, you can apply. You can apply for the company can apply for an LMIA for you, and you can apply for a work permit after that. Guys, hope to see you soon in Canada, and all the best.